For just over an hour, Real Madrid exhibited a high level of play, characterized by quick passes and an attacking mindset. However, they later dropped the pace and neglected the defense. Ancelotti talked about this, as well as the injustice in the yellow cards the team is receiving. Let's hear what he has to say.
Real Madrid committed 7 fouls and received 4 yellow cards, while Alavés committed 10 fouls and received 0 yellow cards. You've mentioned that the referee's criteria regarding protests has changed. Of the 13 cards received, 8 were for protests from your team.
I repeat what I said the other day. They've changed the metric, and we have to get used to that, and that's all. And we haven't gotten used to it yet. I think today they gave us 4 or 5 yellows just for protesting. We have to avoid protesting, and that's it.
But do you think that's fair to you?
Whether it's unfair or not, we have to adapt to the new rules.
Mbappé talked to you when he left the field. What happened with Mbappé? Does he have any discomfort or something?
He's fine, no problem. He felt some muscle fatigue and asked me to take him off the field to avoid problems.
You played an excellent first half and 25 minutes of the second half as well. But what happened after that? How do you explain the team's very poor performance in the final minutes of the match?
Well, this is simply football. Football is like that. When you think the game is over, it's enough to have a lapse in concentration, to concede the first goal. Then the opponent feels confident and we feel insecure. That's what happened. And it has happened many times and will happen again someday. So this is football. Obviously, we don't want this to happen, but sometimes it can. It should be noted that for 60 minutes we played very well. And this gives us confidence in ourselves.
Luis Garcia Plaza has just complained about the kick that Endrick gave to one of his players. He says that Real Madrid should have been down to 10 men. We saw that you two talked after the game. Was he angry? Do you think the Alavés coach is right?
I can't give an opinion because I didn't see it on the field. And it wasn't shown in the replay, so I can't say. We talked about this matter after the game, but there's no problem and no confrontation between us.
After the game, we saw that you approached the referee to talk to him for a few moments. Can you tell us what you said to the referee, or if you asked for an explanation?
Yes, I simply told him that I thought the yellow cards he showed us were excessive. Finally, I told him that I will do my job to prevent my players from complaining, and that's all. We only talked about this without any problem.
Today we saw perhaps Mbappé's best goal with Real Madrid. Do you think Mbappé is already integrated into the team?
Mbappé is doing very well now. I think we're doing a good job in attack. For at least an hour, the team handled the ball very well, creating opportunities in different ways, like with transitions or passes filtered into space. I think the team is improving, and that's good, because, as I said, we have a very tight schedule. We've started to play well after the FIFA break, and we want to continue like this for the game next Sunday, which will be very demanding.
Near the end of the match, when Vinicius was substituted, he laughed when he saw the 6 minutes of added time. Don't you think this kind of attitude could lead to him being sent off? Knowing that he already has a yellow card and could miss the derby? Do you think this is normal?
What I think is that we have to analyze the issue of yellow cards for protesting, and we'll do that among ourselves.
According to the new rules, the team captain can speak to the referee, but even so, Modric also received a yellow card. This seems very complicated, doesn't it?
Yes, it's complicated for me to answer your question. We've seen that our captain was booked for simply talking to him. So there's only one person who can answer this, and that's the referee.
You were going to bring Vallejo onto the field and sent him back to the bench, but eventually brought him on. Can you tell us what happened with all that? Don't you think that due to Vallejo's lack of playing time, the game could have been jeopardized? It seems like the same thing happened with Jacobo Ramon, who was ready to come on, and after conceding the second goal, you left him on the bench.
Yes, well, I brought Vallejo on to give Militao a rest. And when we conceded the second goal, which Vallejo is not at all to blame for, we simply lost our concentration and conceded 2 goals in 2 minutes. Then I changed the lines, putting 3 central defenders on in the final minutes. It's nothing special. Jacobo Ramon was supposed to come on for Rudiger, but after conceding the second goal, I wanted to keep Antonio on the field.
You said that the team's attack is improving. What has been Bellingham's influence between the lines for this improvement in the team's attack? What do you think of Bellingham's game tonight?
Bellingham's evolving. And today he provided the assist for the second goal of the match. He had a very complete game. He just needs to get used to getting into the box a little more like he did last year. Although I know it's a bit complicated when we play against a defensive block like Alavés. So we tried to play a bit more on the wings. The first goal came out very well in a one-on-one situation with Vinicius. And the second goal was an inside play. I asked Bellingham to do the work he's doing and not to score goals because the goals can come at any time.